Okay, so if you want to see the detail for that chat, so you will also able to find it. Okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So this how you can just do it. So if you okay, so yesterday we have just covered the company, then company code assignment. Now the next topic we have, it is the or next object we have, it is the business area. Now what do you mean by the business area? It is saying that again it's an organization unit in the financial accounting, and it divide your organization on the basis of two things. So one would be the area of activity, and second would be line of activity, or the product line. Now here it is saying that this business area is once again we will have a organization unit, and it would be above the company code. So here it is saying that it would be above the company code, and business area, we will use the business area to prepare the financial statement according to the business area for the internal management purpose. So here the company code we use for the external reporting, whereas the business area we have for the internal reporting. Internal reporting to whom? Internal reporting to the senior management for the performance analysis and accordingly decision making process. So here it is saying that we, we can create the business area on the basis of activity. So this, or on the basis of area of activity. So according to your location also, you can just create your business area. It could be Washington, New York, California, and these are nothing but the branches. So the branches of the organization can be created as a business area. So here it is saying that your business area could be Washington, New York, California, and if you are just operating in in Europe or in some other location, so the location could be created as a business area, or the business area is also considered as a branches. So branches of the organization are called business area. So here it is saying that the line of activity. So let's suppose our company is into the textile manufacturing, paper manufacturing, chemical manufacturing, pharma manufacturing. So these are the different lines we have our business. Now these can also be created as a business area. And later on, if we want to make the profit, if we want to make the balance sheet and profit and financial statement according to these product lines, so these can be created with the help of business area. Now this we need to just set up in the system. So how we will set up in the system? Again, it is saying that for that, where you will go to the enterprise structure. You will just go to the enterprise structure, and this is the step number 1.4 we have, and we will follow the instruction, and in the instruction we will just go to step number 4. So go to the SPRO. If you want to view your company, so in the last class we have noticed, or we have used transaction code OBY6. So I'll just take that again, and our company code is Ericsson. So this is the company code we have, and this company code has been assigned with the group Ericsson 11, IRC 11. Now we need to just set up the business area. So for that we will just go to the IMG, and we will just go to the enterprise structure. Then we will just go to the definition and financial accounting, where you will just see this business area, define business area. So we'll just click on this, define business area. Now just click on the new entry button. Click on the new entry button. So we have our business area. It is, so you can just see the existing business area we have. There are 269 business areas we have already in the system. So it can be according to the location. You can just see Chennai, Delhi, Houston, Austin, Bangalore. So these are the New Delhi, or here we have the consumer product. We have the plant engineering product, as we have just created as a services we have just created as a, or electronic products or pharmaceuticals we have just created as a business area. So likewise we can just create the new business area. So let it be Ericsson only, and it is into the electronic products or if you want to just create it according to location, let it be Houston location.
So,
Let it be Houston location,
so you
and
have
then
the
click on
notes, right?
yeah.
The notes step 1.4, define business area, and under there I have business area description, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So over there I have to write
These are
what
the
is.
yeah. You can just write the business area as Eric and description as business area
Mhm,
Houston. Okay, so this is the business area
mhm.
Houston. Okay, now just save it. Likewise, we can just create multiple business areas. Then we have the fiscal year variant. So what do you mean the fiscal year variant? Actually, before discussing this fiscal year variant, we'll discuss the fiscal year. Now, what do you mean by the fiscal year? Actually, fiscal year means accounting year, and this accounting year could be calendar year or non-calendar year. So in US, we follow the calendar year start from January to December, and it is saying that if we will have January to December, so accordingly we will have the month, and these months are called posting periods. These months are called posting period, but if we are not following the January to December month, then in that case we will have the month starting from April to March, July to June, October to September. So it is saying that, let's suppose here I am taking the non-calendar year. Okay, so in this case, let's suppose if my month gets started from April, so it would be my first period. Then May would be my second, June would be my third, and March would be next year. March would be my 12th period. If I follow the calendar year, then in which month we are in? We are in the 10th posting period, October, if we see the calendar year. Now it is saying that these are the 12 periods we have, and these are called normal posting period. These are called normal posting period, but apart from the normal period, we can keep four more periods. We can keep for the four more period for the reporting purpose only, for the reporting purpose only, and these are called special posting period. These are called special posting period. Now, what is the use of the special posting period? It is saying that the normal period are used for the normal day-to-day transaction, whereas the special period we use to carry on the year-end adjustment to the previous books of account. So it is saying that if any in the month end or in the year end, if you need to just make any adjustment, any entries which are asked by the management to put it, which are asked by the auditor to just make it in the system, so we'll just put it under the special entries, or under the special posting period we just record those entries. Then it is saying that accordingly we will have the month, so 12 would be our normal posting period and 4 would be our special posting period. So accordingly we'll be having 16 posting period, and we don't need to mention, because in the at the time of posting the entry, so you will find one field with this name posting period, but you don't need to enter the posting period. Don't need to enter the posting period. Why? Because it would be derived by the system automatically. So in the last line it is saying that the system will drive your posting period from the posting date. How it will be done, I'll just show you. For example, we have the calendar period, or we have the calendar year, and it is from, let's suppose we have the period starting from January to December. So this is the calendar year we have taken. Now accordingly we have the month. It is, let's suppose we have that posting date and posting period. Posting period. So let's suppose I have entered the date, today's date I just enter in the system. Now what system will do? System will pick the period as 10, and if I just pick the last month, so the same date I'll just pick in the last month. What the system will do? System will pick your period as 09, and accordingly let it be for August, so it would be 08, 07, 06, 05, 04, 01, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now let it be non-calendar year. Let it be non-calendar year starting from April to March. Let it be starting from April to March. Now March next year. March next year. Now in this case, this would be a 8th period, this would be a 6th period, sorry, this would be a 7th period, it would be a 6th period, and this would be a 5th period. Now,
Why?
if I just consider, if I just have, so for example, I just take July as 4th period, then June as 3rd period, May second period, and we have April as first period. It is why? Because here we are just starting from April, then this is the May month. Okay, so basis on your posting date, system will drive your posting period. Since we have just taken the non-calendar year, and in that non-calendar year our months are starting from, or our periods are starting from April to March. So accordingly, April would be our first period, then May would be second, then June would be third, July is fourth, August fifth, September sixth, then here we have October, it is seventh, and let's suppose we are in the period, let it be 6th March 2017. 6th March 2017, accordingly it would be a 12th period. It would be a 12th period. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Somewhat. So if our posting period is from, say, on April, so accordingly we have to create the posting period, right?
Actually, here it is saying that first of all, what the system will do? System will just check your fiscal year. System will just check your fiscal year if it is calendar or non-calendar. If it is calendar or non-calendar. Now, earlier we have non-calendar. Now,
Yes.
earlier we have done with the calendar year. Okay, so whatever the date we just enter, so basis on the month, system will just give you the period. Okay, so let's suppose we have the October month. Accordingly, we have 10. We have the period 10, and the same date in the last month, the system will just give you the period as 09. But since in the non-calendar year we are starting the period from the April,
Mm-hmm.
so system is just giving the April period as your first period.
Mm-hmm.
The April period as a first period. So this is what we were just discussing in the
Oh, okay.
fiscal year variant. Okay, so here we were just discussing the system in the theory. So you can just see once again, you can just see this once again. So it is saying that let's suppose we have the fiscal year starting, you just don't consider the year. Actually here I have just taken the old year, it is 2013-14. So since it is the just old presentation, okay, so you can just take it as 2016-17. So for example, we have just taken a fiscal year starting from April 2016 to March 2017 next year. Now, how many months we have covered till December this year? We'll be able to cover only 9 months. Now, what about the 3 months? So, the 3 months will take next year, and that would be January, February, and March.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Right.
accordingly, April would be your first period, May 2nd, June 3rd, and so on and so forth, and March would be your 12th period.
All
Is it
right.
fine now?
Yes.
Now, this is our fiscal year. Now, what do you mean by the fiscal year variant? So, here it is saying that in the system, you will find different combination. You will find different combination of what? You will find the different combination of normal period and special period. Because here we have discussed that we will be having the calendar year and non-calendar year. But calendar year we have only one variant, but or only one combination we have. It would like the combination will be having multiple.
Mm-hmm.
But here it is saying that non-calendar year you will have many choices. The months can start from July to June, October to September, or it can be from any month. But these months have to be 12 months. these months have to be 12 months, and it can start from any month, whether it is from the April, July or October. So accordingly here it is saying that you will find the combination. So here it is saying that let's suppose we have the calendar year and non-calendar year. Now in this non-calendar year we have the April to March month, starting from April to March. So here it is saying the we have taken three variants in this example, but in this system you will find multiple variants. You will find multiple variant, fiscally variant. Now with which variant you will just set up your company code, so that you have to decide. So you will just ask your client according to which variant they want to set up their books, accounting books. So accordingly we will just attach that variant to the company code. So for example, they are not working according to the April to March. So in that case, what we'll do, we'll just give the option to the client for the calendar year. And in the system, we have the calendar year with the code K3, K4, and these are under this you will find combination of 12 plus 3, 12 plus 4. What do you mean by this 12 plus 3 and 12 plus 4? 12 would be a normal period and 3 would be a special period and 4 would be a special period. Now, for example, if the client says that no, I don't want to take these two variants, so what in that case you can do? So you can just create the another one, and that another one would be according to the requirement of the client. So if the client says that okay, I want to take only 12 periods, I don't want to take the special period. So in that case, what you will do? You will create a variant, and it would be 12 plus 0. It would be 12 plus 0, where you will have the normal period 12 and special 0. But if on the other side, if the client will say that okay, I want to take one special period and 12 normal, so in that case again you will just go for the creation of another variant, and it would be 12 plus 1, where 12 would be a normal period and 1 would be a special period. Okay.
Okay. So a question,
Now how
what do
we
you
will
understand by what is the definition of variant according to SAP?
variant, you can just see we have the variant V3, K3, K4. So here if you just compare the variant V3 with the another K3, so it is not matching. And if you just compare the K3 with the K4 or K4 with the V3, so all the three variants are different from one another in some way. How these are different? For example, here we have 12 plus 4 and here we have 12 plus 4. But what's the difference? So here it is non-calendar year and it is calendar year. And if I just see K3 and K4, so both are calendar year. What's the difference? So here we are having the different combination of 12 plus 3, whereas the last one is having a 12 plus 4 combination 12 plus 4.
Okay.
So these are called variants. Variant means variety. So we will have the common attribute, but there would be some difference. Okay, so accordingly we'll just maintain the variant. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now we will find multiple variants in the system, so it will be just clear to you. So how we can access it? So for that we can just use the transaction code, and this transaction code is OB29. It is mentioned in the practice material. Transaction code is OB29. This is the transaction code.
Mm-hmm.
And it is OB29. Press enter button. Now you can just see how many variants we have. We have 163 variants. We have 163 variants. Why these many variants? Actually, since it is the testing, again this is testing server, so the students or the users have created their own variants. Now, for example, if you want to find out the standard variant, so we have, let's suppose K1, K2, K3, K4. So you can just see all these four variants. Why we have these four variants? Because here we are maintaining the four different combinations. So we are having a combination of 12 plus 1, 12 plus 2, 12 plus 3, 12 plus 4. And if I just check, here we have also 12 plus 0 or 12 plus blank. Why? Because we are having the K0 where we don't have any special period. Now if these are the five variants you have for your calendar year, now again the five periods or the five variants you want to have for your non-calendar year. for your non-calendar year. So in that case, we will have another 5 variants. Then if these variants are applicable for the period starting from April to March, and if these are not starting from April to March, so in that case again we will have another 5 variants we can just set up in the system, which will start from October to September or July to June. Okay. So accordingly, we'll be having multiple variant, and we can just set up the new variant also. So how you can just set up the new variant? So for that, you need to just click on the new entry. You can just use the existing one. So for example, we have just seen the calendar year. So accordingly, we have V3, V6 also. Now, what do you mean by the
Okay.
V3, V6, and V9? So here you can just see it will work according to April to March. This V3 will work according to April to March. V6 will work according to July to June, and V9 will work according to October to September. October to September. So all these three are your non-calendar year, but all these three are having the similar combination. It is 12 plus 4. But if I need to maintain, I need to just maintain different combinations. So accordingly, I'll just create the another one. I'll just create the another version, and it would be fiscal year variant version. Some new version we'll just have where we'll have the different combinations. Okay.
Okay, so what's the year for from July to June? Is it from 2016 to 2017 or 2013 to
Yeah.
2014? How do I know
No,
the
it would be, yeah. Actually, the year in which you have the 6 months. So, for example, we have the July. So, we'll just take July 2016 to June 2017.
Okay.
Now, for example, we have October to September. Okay, so we are only having 3 months in July in 2016. We are only having 3 months. These are October, November, and December. Okay,
Hmm.
but most of the posting periods we are having next year, 2017. Okay,
Correct,
so
correct.
in that case, our fiscal year would be 2017. Our fiscal year would be 2070. Okay,
Hmm.
so where you will find the number of posting period more than 6, so that will become your fiscal year. That will become your fiscal year.
More than six.
Yeah.
Got it.
Now, for example, I need to set up a new fiscal year variant. I just give the variant name as ER. I just give the variant name as ER, and this is the fiscal year variant for my calendar year and for my company Ericsson. Now, since it is the calendar year, we'll select the checkbox calendar.
Hmm.
We'll select the checkbox calendar. We also have the another checkbox year dependent. Now, what do you mean by the year dependent? So this we'll just select in that case where we are not sure from which month will start our first period next year. From which period or which would be our first period next year. So if we are not sure, so in that case, we can just select this checkbox. But since we have just taken the calendar year, we are sure that next year again it will start from January to December. So our start date, our starting period and end period will same. So in that case, we will deselect this checkbox. We'll deselect this checkbox. Okay, is it clear?
So the posting period will be starting from January to December. So that's called normal
Yeah,
posting
correct.
period.
So if every year you will have July to June, you don't need to take it, you don't need to select it. If you every year you are taking April to March, so you don't need to select it. But let's suppose you have taken April to March, and next year you are just you are starting from January to December, or you are starting from October to September. So in that case, you can select this checkbox.
Year dependent?
Yeah, year dependent, correct.
Okay.
Now here we'll have the combination how many special period and normal period you will have.
Hmm.
So I'll just take the combination as 12 plus 4. So I'll just have normal period 12 and special period 4 for my company code, and this will just attach with the company code. So this is the fiscal year variant we have just set up. Now this fiscal year variant you can just assign to your company code. And how to assign to your company code? For that you have the step number 2.2, and it is you can just follow the step number 2.2, and the transaction code is OP37. Transaction code is OP37. Now just click on position,
Is forward
find out your
slash
company code.
is forward slash OB37?
Actually, we'll enter backslash n and OB37. Why we have done this? So I am just on the SPRO screen. Okay, so I need to enter the another transaction code. Let it be the OB29. I want to enter here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now what you will see, because all the transaction codes are accepted, or these are executed at a SAP Easy Access level, or at a SAP Easy Access screen. So what the system will do? System will not process your transaction. So for example, since we have just although we have just mentioned here OB29, but system will not show you the relevant screen. System will not show you the relevant screen. Okay, so for that what do we need to do? You need to just go to the SAP Easy Access screen. So for that what do we enter? We enter here backslash n and it will take you back to the SAP Easy Access screen.
Mm-hmm.
There if you just enter OB29, so it will open this screen. It will open your relevant screen.
Mm-hmm.
But if I am in the OB29 only and I want to go to OB37, so for that I have two options. Either I just enter here backslash n and the system will just take me back to the SAP screen, and there I just mention OB37, and the second option I am in the OB29 screen, this screen. Now I don't want to go back there. Here only I want to have OB37 screen. So for that what I can do, just a minute, it is just getting processed. So for example, this is the screen we are in. Now for example, I want to have the next step, and for the next step I don't want to go back to the SAP Easy Access screen. So what I'll do, so along with backslash n, I'll enter the relevant T code. So let's suppose it is OB37. I'll enter this. So here only system will open your screen. This is the difference.
All right.
Now for example, once again I'll just give you the another example. Let's suppose you want to go to the screen OB13 to set up your chart of account. This is the another object we have. So for that either you just enter here backslash n, it will just take you back to the Easy Access. There you will enter OB13. The next option, else what you can do, you can just enter here backslash n and OB13. So
Okay.
here only you will have the screen.
Okay.
You don't need to go back to the SAP Easy Access screen. Now again, if I want to switch to my previous screen, so I can just enter here backslash n and OB37. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's making sense.
Now just click on position button, find out your company code and assign your fiscal year variant. You can just see presently the description is coming as blank. Why it is coming as blank? Because we have this company code has not been assigned with any fiscal year variant. For example, I want to assign it with ER, which we have just defined. So you don't need to mention the description. It will be tried by the system automatically. So just click on save option and press enter button. So you can just see automatically system has just drive your fiscal year, your description as fiscal year variant IRIC. Okay. Now next object we have, next step we have, it is the chart of account. So before just doing this step number 3.1, we need to understand what do we mean by the chart of account. Okay, so for that we have the chart of account PPT. We'll open it. Now what do you mean by the chart of account? So in a simple plain, if I just mention layman language, so this chart of account stands for list of GL account. So this chart of account is nothing but a list of your general ledger account, GL account, where we just maintain all our GL. We maintain all our GL. Now that list you will just mention at which level? At a chart of account level. At a chart of account level. So here it is saying that what do you mean by the chart of account? So it is nothing but a list of general ledger account used by the organization, and it is compulsory to define the chart of account before creating any GL master record. So it is saying that when you are just going to create any master record in for which you will be using for the posting transaction for the accounting posting. So it is saying that it is mandatory that you just mention this chart of account and you assign it to the company code. So for every general ledger account, we'll have the information, and this information could be the name of account, the account number, and account group. Now, what do you mean by the account group? What do you mean by the account group? So, for example, we have similar type of accounts. We have similar type of account. We are having the sales account, purchase account, sundry debtor account, share account, we have the depreciation account. So if we are having multiple account and some of the accounts are similar, so what we'll do, we'll group them. So you can just see we have just grouped the share capital accounts, so reserves and surpluses, accumulated depreciation, secured, unsecured, current liability, and so on and so forth. So this we have done across the liability, asset, expenditure, and income. Now, for example, I need to create 4 account under share capital, 5 account under depreciation, and 10 account under secured loan. So what the system will do, since I have maintained the account group, so system will take the default setting. Okay. So at a account group level, we can have the number range. We can just set up the number range. So which number range you want to assign to the share capital, to the secured loan, to the interest, depreciation, fixed asset, current asset account. Okay. So this is the account group we have. So account group stands for grouping of your account. So you can just group your account and which are similar in nature. Is it clear? And when we are just going to define any chart, any GL master record, so you have to provide the account group. So under which account group this GL is coming. So if this GL is part of the share capital account group, or this is part of your fixed asset, current asset, so that you have to decide at the time of maintaining that GL master record. Is it okay?
Okay.
Now we have 3 types of chart of account. We need to know there are 3 types of chart of account we have. How many types of chart of account we have? 3, and what are these? So it is saying that first we have the operating chart of account, second we have group chart of account, and third we have country specific chart of account.
Okay.
Now what's the difference between the operating and group chart of account? So here it is saying that the operating chart of account is called it is a list of all the general accounts to which the daily business transactions are posted, and it is compulsory for every company code. It is compulsory that every company code should be assigned with one operation chart of account. So this is your operating chart of account, which we'll just have in the system to make the entry, to make the daily business entry, and if we don't assign it with the company code, what will happen? So system will not allow you to just create your GL master record. System will not allow you to post the entry. If we don't assign it to the chart of account, and that is again your operating chart of account or operational chart of account, and it is also called active chart of account. Then we have the group chart of account. Now let's suppose you are following different chart of account. Now you want to group them. You want to have the consolidated balance sheet for your group. For example, at a global level, what is the position for the cash, sales, purchase, for the interest, depreciation, for the sundry debtor, creditor. So you want to have the fair idea. You want to just have the information at a global level where we stand. So for that, what you will do? So you can just go for the group chart of account. It contains the list of GL account used by the corporate group to prepare the consolidated financial statement.
Okay.
So we'll have all the information under the group chart of account. Then it is saying that we will have the country specific chart of account. We have country specific chart of account. So for example, we are working for 10 company codes. One is in Middle East, another in China, another, and one is in Australia. Then we have 2-3 in US, and again 2-3 we have in the Europe. Now, now the law of land is not same across the countries or over the globe. It is we will just follow the different type of accounting procedure in the different countries.
Okay.
Now, how we can just make the standard, how we can just do the standardization. So it is saying that, for example, if you want to follow the main chart of account, if you want to follow the main list we have set up at a global level, for example, we have a company at US. Now you want a company in the Middle East, and your company and your subsidiary in China and in Australia and in India to follow the same number, to follow the same GL number. So for that, what do you need to do? You need to create a, you need to just create a operating chart of account, and that would be your operational chart of account. But at the same time, you want to give the financial information in the local language, in the local currency, to the local government in these countries. So for the sake of information, for giving the information in this format, in the according to the law of land, so what you can do, you can have, you can set up a different operating, you can just set up a different country specific chart of account. You can set up a country specific chart of account. So what it will do, it contains the GL account once again, but that will require, that will meet, that will meet the country specific legal requirement. So for the reporting purpose, we'll just set up these account, and these account will not accept any entry. You will not post any direct entry in these accounts. Why we will not post any direct entry? Because all the entries will be putting in the operating account. All the entry putting in the GL account mentioned under the under the main chart of account, that is the operational chart of account. Now in the real time, what the system will do? System will just translate those entries according to the country specific chart of account to follow, to meet the country specific legal requirement. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
got it?
Mm-hmm.
Got it? For example, I just give you example. Let's suppose we have in US, we follow the length of the GLS 6 digit. Now we have one company code in Austria, and in Austria they are saying, or in Norway they are saying that no, we have to have the balance sheet, and that balance sheet will have the GL, and the length of the GL is 10 digits.
Okay.
The length of the GL is 10 digits. So you have a balance, you have a, let's suppose, share capital account. Now the same share capital account is has been maintained in the 10 digits, and according to Norway, we need to just present it. So in that case, we will just have the country specific chart of account.
So in my company, we also follow the 10-digit rule. That we also have 10-digit chart of accounts.
Now, for example, you have posted any entry
Mm-hmm.
in for according to operating chart of account, which is having the 6-digit account. So automatically, same balance will be displayed by the account you have maintained in Norway. So in Norway, if you have 10-digit account, so that account will have the same balance which you are having in operating GL, which is following the 6-digit. I just give you example. Hold on.
Yeah, it will be more clear.
Just a minute. So we have operating chart of account. and we have country specific chart of account. So this chart of account will be same. So here this chart of account will be same. Let's suppose it is XYZ, and it will be same across the countries. Now for example, we have set up a different country specific chart of account. It is ABC, it is X, it is PQR, and let it be RST. So these are the country specific chart of account. Now here in operation chart of account XYZ, that is standard one. So we are following that we'll have 6 digit, and we'll follow the language as English. We'll follow the language as English, the English language. So this will be standard, and this would be country specific. Now let's suppose this is based out of Norway, which will follow 10 digits account, and which will have some local language. Norway language they just follow, or the French language is to follow. So again the language can also be changed. And we have PQR, so this is again a country specific chart of account. So here it has the length of the GL we have, it is 7 digit, and it is for the country, let's suppose it is for the Middle East company, and this we have for the Indian version. Let's suppose it is for, let's suppose 8 digit, and it is for the country India. This is for Norway, this is for Dubai, this is for India. Now you have the standard account, and these standard account we have maintained under the operating chart of account, and you need to just present the financial statement, you need to just present the reporting according to the law of land in their local languages. So here you have the option, because since you have taken the language as English, so you cannot change here. But yes, you can just make the changes in the country specific chart of account. So you can just take the language A, B or C. Okay. So here we have the option to take the different languages. Now we can also set up different accounts. So for example, you have just put a entry, and that entry you have just put it in the for a GL under the chart of account, and this is for your account, let it be 100. This is the GL number you have. Now the same entry will have the balance, and this balance is 1 lakh. Now the 1 lakh balance automatically displayed by the system in the account number this one, which we are following in the country Norway and in the local language, and here it will just show you the balance for this GL. So this is your alternative account, and this is your main account. Now if we are putting any transaction in this account, so automatically it gets updated in this account. So you don't need to enter any entry in this account which I have just underlined. You don't need to make any entry for this account. Why? Because we have assigned the country specific chart of account, and operating chart of account to the company code. So accordingly will, if we just post any entry, so that will be translated into the local format, and which will meet the local legal requirement. Is it okay?
Somewhat. I'm getting it. So this 100, that's my main account. So if I make any
Yeah, that
changes,
would be a main account.
so that's
Correct.
my, okay, if I'm more precise, that's my primary account. 100 is my primary account. So if I make
Correct.
any changes in this 100, that will show on the other secondary account, which is 101918117. Any changes?
Yeah,
I don't
for
have to make any
example,
increase.
yeah, for example, the share capital got increased. The capital got increased by 50,000. So earlier the balance which was just being shown by the system for this GL, it was 1 lakh. Now it will be shown as 1.5, and the same balance will be increased under this account also. Why? Because it is linked to 100. But in this is not in the English language. This is not in the English language, and this is not according to the GL which the local government is asking for. So if you just present them the statement, let's suppose in this GL. So if according to their law of land, if they don't follow this account, this number of digits, so they will not consider this financial statement.
Hmm.
They will not consider this financial statement. Why? Because it is in the English language. So they may follow some other language. Let's suppose the Chinese language we have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have, because we can have only one operating chart of account, but this country specific chart of account we can have many. Okay, so this would be a standard account, this would be a standard chart of account, and this would be subject to your country you are having. Okay,
Okay.
now we need to just set up this chart of account in the system.
Okay.
Just a minute, we will have some more information regarding the chart of account. So this is the third chart of account we have just discussed, country specific chart of account. Now it is saying that a chart of account can be used by one or more company code. So how many chart of account we can have, sorry, how many company code we can assign with the chart of account? We can assign a single company code to the chart of account, and we can also assign multiple company code to the chart of account. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Then it is saying that a company code can have how many chart of accounts? A company code can have two chart of account. One would be your operation chart of account, standard one, and second would be your country specific chart of account. Okay,
So
so your primary
operational chart.
information,
Operational
yeah,
is primary.
yeah, correct. Your primary information will be maintained in the operational chart of account, and your secondary information,
Mm-hmm.
the information which you will not post, but system will just maintain in the real time as and when any entry gets updated.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be translated in the local language according to the local GL, which will follow the legal requirement of that local country. So that will be updated under the country specific chart of account.
Oh, right. So what if in that country they want to make some changes, say from 6-digit chart of accounts to say 8? How would that affect the operational chart of accounts?
Yeah, only that particular GL we need to just mention in the main account. So for example, I'll just give you the example. Let's suppose here, this is the master account, this is the GL master account we have. So for example, here we have 100 account. As I just given you the example, let's suppose this is the 100 account we have. Now for this 100 account, you want the alternative account. You want the alternative account, so where you can just mention, so you can just go to the, just a minute, So for example, this is the account we have, syndicator account. Now you want to mention the alternative country specific chart of account. So that country specific GL, where you will mention. So you can just mention here. Let's suppose it is 7 digit or 6 digit. So you will just attach it, and if you just make any entry for the syndicator, so the same entry will get updated in the real time in this account also, which will be maintained in some different language. Okay, is it okay?
Yes, yes, I'm getting it. Yeah. So these two accounts, these two GL accounts are linked some ways.
Correct. So this is the E node we are just setting. Yeah, this is the linking of your GL only, GL account.
All right.
Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay, okay, fine.
Because I mute the
So,
button, that's why.
mhm. So what we need to do now, we need to just set up this GL in this chart of account in the system, and what we are going to have, so we will be having the operating chart of account, and then we will be assigning to the company code. So, so for that we will have step number 3.1 and 3.2. So first we have 3.1, and for that we will follow the transaction code OB13, press enter button. Now just click on the new entry button. So already actually if you just see, we have, if we just cancel and go back, so you will find there are multiple chart of account already mentioned, 182 chart of account we have. Now if you want to have your own chart of account, click on the new entry and you can just create your own chart of account. Let's suppose it is for CAER. So this is the chart of account description you can just give. It is for the chart of account Ericsson, or for the company code Ericsson. So here you can just see the language. So you can just maintain the language as English or some other language you can just maintain. Let's suppose it would be in the English language. Length would be 6 digit or 10 digits. So let it be 6 digit and then click on save option. Click on save option. Press enter button. Press enter button. So this is the information you can just note down also, that you need to just maintain while creating the chart of account.
All right.
Now the next step 3.2, it is saying that now you need to do the assignment, and that assignment will be done with the company code, and for that we have step number 3.2 and transaction code is OB62. Transaction code is OB62. It is for the company code Ericsson. So we need to do the assignment. So it would be CAER. CAER. So this is the company code we have, and we'll assign the chart of account. Now if you want to assign the country specific chart of account also, so let it be, you have the country specific chart of account, it is CC, and let it be CER. Okay, so this is the country specific chart of account we have set up. Click on save option. It is saying that CER you have not set up, so we can just keep it blank only and press enter button. But if you would have mentioned, like you have just mentioned CAER, if you would have mentioned in OB13 and maintain the language and other stuff, so accordingly you can just assign the country specific chart of account also. Okay, but here you can just assign the operating chart of account that is required, so that will just assign with the company code. Then it is saying that under that account operational chart of account which we have set up, we'll have these many account groups. We have these many account groups. Now while maintaining the chart of account, how we can just give the account number, and how these are set up in the system. What should be the length of the GL? So this will just continue tomorrow. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay. So with this we just conclude today's class. Anything from your side you just want to ask, you just let me know.
All right. Just give me a second. Okay, stop recording.
Yeah, you have just click on the stop recording, or when you just